Hope everyone's having a great day. So, this past Tuesday, we spoke on communication, which was in our relationship series. And I just want to give you all some key insights from this week's MOA session. And here are some insights. Why does communication matter? Well, poor communication disrupts relationships and personal. Effective communication begins with understanding yourself and your relationship with God. Many of us know that as soon as you come into the world, the first thing you try to do is communicate. We try to talk, but we are only able to make sounds and cry. So as a baby, you learn to communicate. The better you get at communicating, the more people are able not to just only understand you, but the more you're able to get what you actually need in life. So with that being said, communication is important from beginning to end. There's never been a part or a point in your life that communication wasn't important. Many of us get frustrated when we don't communicate well. And that's what leads to arguments and disagreements, miscommunication, because people don't understand what someone is actually trying to say or get across. Some key takeaways are barriers to communication: selfishness, pride, and lack of self-awareness hinder clarity. These are some barriers to communication, right? Our pride, our selfishness, and lack of self-awareness to hinder clarity. Another key takeaway we talked about was the power of listening. Listening isn't just hearing, it's understanding. We shouldn't listen just to hear, we should listen also to understand. Gain different perspectives, different points of view. Don't listen for a rebuttal only, but listen to understand. Another key takeaway was patience and humility. These qualities keep you to navigate tough conversations with grace. We know that the word patience is, we say long suffering instead of patience. So sometimes when you're communicating with others or you're talking, when you're in relationship with others, whether it's friendship, marriage, whatever type of relationship it is, you need to come in it humble, knowing that you don't know everything, that you're not always right and you can make mistakes, but you also need patience along with it. There may be some suffering involved. You may have to bite and hold your tongue, and that's okay. That's good. That's good for the relationship. Another key takeaway was understanding styles. Everyone communicates differently. Learning to adapt strengthens connections with everyone that you communicate with and that you're in a relationship with. So you have to understand that there are different forms and different styles to communication, and not everyone uses the same one. So to become a better communicator, to grow as a communicator, you must understand that everybody communicates a little bit differently. Everybody was raised differently. Everybody is different. So let's learn each other's communication styles and grow so that we can communicate better as time goes on, right? We have some Bible verses that we really spoke on, James 1:19. And it reminds us to be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to anger. If you want to read those scriptures, definitely read James 1:19. Another one was Proverbs 10:11. And that teaches us the value of measured and righteous speech. So we had two verses talking about communication. One was making sure that we listen first, and then we're slow to speak, but also slow to anger, because you may not fully understand what the person is communicating, or you may disagree with the person, and you should be slow to anger so that you can keep the lines of communication open, so that you can help each other grow, so that you can gain an understanding. Because once anger and rage ensues, you're not trying to understand anything. And then when we look at Proverbs 10, we're called to have righteous speech. We should never allow what someone says to us or how we feel change us from having righteous speech, right? We had some practical tips for growth. Avoid defensiveness. Seek understanding. Use open-ended questions to foster dialogue. Pray for wisdom before difficult conversations. Reflect on personal habits and ask God for transformation. These are all practical tips to help grow you and us in communication. Now, I want to encourage you this week. If you don't communicate how you feel, you can't expect others to understand you. So make sure you take time to journal. Make sure you take time to sit down and communicate how you feel with yourself and with God. And that will help you better communicate with others on how you actually feel. Right? Another one is the goal of communication should always be clarity, connection, and understanding. Your goal for communication should be those things: clarity, connection, and understanding. You should not just be communicating because you like the sound of your voice, or because you think you're cool, or because you think you're well spoken. It should be for clarity, connection, and understanding. And I want to challenge you all this week. We got 3 challenges. 1, what habits hinder your connection? Ask yourself, what habits hinder my connection? 2, how can I improve my listening and understanding? Ask yourself this question. 3, have I been honest with God and myself about my struggles? I want you to ask yourself these questions this week. See, communication is more than words. It's a tool to build, heal, and grow. Let's keep striving together, supporting one another on this journey of becoming better people, better men, better women for ourselves, our families, and our communities. We'll see you all next week. Have a blessed one.